fellow collectors. Today we'll be talking about Spawn. And this is no ordinary Spawn. This is a gold label, and this is based off of the Rat City Spawn. So on the back, we see the Rat City artwork, and on the front here, we see the Rat City regular edition of the Spawn. So he comes with a couple of hands and the blast effects. On the side here, we get that same artwork that is on the back. On the bottom here, we get lots of weeds and the UPC code. So a very cool looking Spawn. So let's get him on the scale and see how much he weighs. Okay, Spawn is coming in at 11.6 ounces. So let's get him off the scale and out of the box.
Hey, open, damn it, open!
Now, to get them out of the box, all you do is simply cut around the edges here, and then you can take this one out. Just be wary of the top. Here it is in a little bit of a bind, so if you want to keep the cardboard all intact, it's going to be hard. You'll have to cut around that edge. But we see he does come with a card and a stand, and here is the card front. And the back. A very cool looking card, and let's go ahead and pull this guy out just by simply doing that, and you can take this out as well because this stands good on a back shelf. Now we see this Spawn does have some clippies here, and all we do is simply take our snips and clip. Snippy clippy. Snippy clippy, 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 snippy clippy. And that's all you do, folks. You just simply take your snippy clippy tool and just get those on out. And then you can pull your Spawn figure out. That one didn't want to snip, so I'm going to use the old-fashioned come on out sucker. There we go. And now we see everything's falling out, and I have the clips all over the place. So I'll just simply rake them in there and put that in the pile to get recycled. So here we have this Rat City Spawn. We can see he's got this nice bit of glove here. This armor around his forearm, the spikes on the right shoulder, the techno suit here, the weird looking, I do mean weird looking shoes. Got this little back pedal here. Now he doesn't have the normal toe going up though, but his feet do go back and forth, side to side on that peg hinge. Knees have a double, or is it a single bend? It is a single bend. Not a double bend, but a single. You can do this much of a split, forward and back. Pretty good bend for the upper and the waist. Torso does pretty good forward, and it has a little bit of a gap, just a little bit of a gap on that waist whenever you bend him forward. That diaper is very loose. Now his arms do go around, and he does have a gap guard, but it doesn't hold the gap fully unless you push it back a little bit. Bicep swivel, double or single bend in the elbow, so we don't have that, but it is peg hinge, so it rotates around. We get this peg hinge here for the hand. It does rotate around back and forth. He has a wired cape. It's very thin wired. And we got a little piece of plastic right there on the back of it. He does come with this plastic collar. Very nice on that. Now his head does look up, down, right, and left. No issues there. Now this Spawn is coming in right at 7 and let's call it 3/4 because it is just a little over 3/4. So, but you can say 5/8 if you want to. Or I'm sorry, 7/8. Yeah, not a bad looking Spawn. Like I say, he comes with these blast effects that you can put around the hands. Now, the only thing I'm seeing is he's got this forearm armor, which is rubber, so you have to push that back to get this hand in there. But you can easily get that hand in there and then just do a zap, zap, zap. You know, using his power recklessly. Not bad, not a bad Spawn. Yeah, now he is a little bit different than a normal Spawn by this techno suit, but I think it looks rather nicely. And look, the arms do come out when you do that. Rather ominous whenever he does that, right? Kind of funny. But speaking of hands, he does come with these two hands here. One's a right trigger hand, and we get this grabby hand here. So get those as well as the fisted hands. But these blast effects really fit real in. Yeah, this one fits in. It doesn't hinder it, but yeah, you can use that too. It's not that bad. But I definitely not this hand. This hand is really not designed for it. You'll have to bend some of these fingers back, and that could be a little bit disastrous on these fingers. I think they look rather cool though. So the Spawn has been out for a while. You can still find him in Targets as of this video. So remember, as always, to like, subscribe, and keep